Today, study finds a race gap in air pollution. Whites largely cause it. Black and Hispanics breathe it.
We also breathe it. Right? And by the way, you fucking lying pieces of shit. Let's be fair here. The fucking Indians and the Chinese make it. So let's stop fucking lying right there. It's the fucking Indians and the fucking Chinamen. Then we gotta breathe that shit.
But USA Today, that's the first thing I said when I saw the title. But the study was only in America. They weren't looking at the world. We're only going to look at America, even though statistically speaking, the brown people do make the most pollution. They do.
Do brown people breathe more pollution than white people? Do they have gills or something
bigger
that I'm
nostrils. The air that Americans breathe.
Giant pig noses.
See, the Indian breather has bigger nose holes.
Why Puerto Ricans too? Puerto Ricans have black people noses.
They do.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Even light-skinned Puerto Ricans have that like massive nose. Where did you get that from?
The air that Americans breathe isn't equal. Black and Hispanics disproportionately breathe air that's been polluted by non-Hispanic whites.
Who wrote this pandering horse shit?
The name of the writer is Dole Rice. Dole Rice. Let's see. Oh boy. The picture doesn't really help. Dole Rice. Let's see what Dole Rice is here. Does Dole Rice have a wiki? Let me know if you find any more info on Dole Rice. It says here, the air Americans breathe is unequal. Black and Hispanic, I already read that. Pollution is disproportionately caused by whites, but disproportionately inhaled by blacks and Hispanic minorities, the study says. Okay, somebody explain it. So what do we go to poor cities, cause pollution, and then leave? Like, I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, you never been on a cruise?
No, I haven't. It's awesome.
You dump your little shit tanks and move on.
Bye.
Here you go, Haiti.
Poor air quality remains the largest environmental health risk in the United States. No, it doesn't. The study warns, in fact, that 100,000 deaths. Listen to this. In the fact, with 100,000 deaths per year, more Americans die from air pollution than car crashes and murders combined. That can't be right?
Sure, it's 100%.
You're telling me the United States of America, the country the country per capita has the cleanest air out of any country. Even if you count Chicago and Detroit, it's the cleanest air. You're telling me, I would like to see this study. You're telling me 100,000 deaths per year, more Americans die from air pollution than car crashes and murders combined. Who, do you know, Mike?
And heart disease. And fucking
Mike, do you know somebody that's died? Maybe not personally, but do you know somebody that's died from that was murdered, or know somebody that's murdered somebody?
I know several people that have been murdered.
Okay, cool. Do you know anybody that's died from air pollution?
I don't.
Okay, so what the fuck are you talking about?
I know, and I also know a lot of people who have died in car accidents.
Oh yeah, me too.
Dozens.
I do as well. So I don't know one person that has died from air pollution in the United States. I'm sure in China, because their fucking air is terrible and they're always wearing the mask. I'm sure in China people die from it. But in the U.S., get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's fucking horse shit.
And to be fair, too, though, I don't want to affect the study. I do have to come clean. I did work in strip clubs for a long time. So I know more people per average than the average American that have been murdered, probably.
Fair.
When you spend a few years and your resume is just like, where's all those blank years? I don't know, strip club DJ / drug dealer. Yeah, I know a couple people that may or may not have been murdered.
Even though minorities and contribute less to the overall problem of air pollution, they are affected by it more. Okay, let's see. Said study co-author Jason Hill, an engineering professor at the University of Minnesota, who is white. Is it fair that I create more pollution and somebody else disproportionately is affected by it? Hill said that while the air in the U.S. has gotten cleaner in the past decade, pollution inequity has remained stubbornly high.
Equity.
Pollution? What do you want to do? Bus in pollutants to nice neighborhoods? Is that what you want? No, really. What do you want? What do you want? Yes.
White people to be destroyed.
Oh, well, at least you're being honest.
I mean, that's what we're getting at here.
Yeah.
Your agenda is getting really, really obvious.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Like, you just want us to die and give you the planet. That's what you want. That's just Just say it. Like, at least this is why when people go, why do you still have friends that are alt-right? Because they don't fucking lie to me. And they're not lying to you either. Get all the Jews and the blacks and Hispanics the fuck out of here. At least they're honest. They're not coming to you and go, well, actually, due to pollution, there's equity in air pollution and sample. Just, no. Get all the Jews and the blacks and the Hispanics. If you were more like the alt-right, you would just write articles that go, why we need to kill all of the white people. And at least when I read the article, I'd go, well, fuck, okay, they're coming for us. Let's hunker down. Let's do this. Looks like we're having a fight. But they don't do that. It's like, well, why aren't white people dying from lung cancer? I don't know, nigga.
What is especially surprising is just how large pollution inequity is and has been for over a decade, Hill said. The type of pollution analyzed in the study, known as PM2.5, tiny grains of particulate matter that are especially dangerous to human health because they can get deep into your lungs. These particles are 2.5 microns, far smaller than that width of a human hair, and produced by car tailpipes, power plants, smokestacks, and burning materials. The study found that black and Hispanic Americans bear a pollution burden. Blacks are exposed to about 56% more pollution than is caused by consumption for Hispanics. It is slightly higher, 63%. However, non-Hispanic whites, I love the non-Hispanic white. That's my new favorite one. Non-Hispanic whites experience a pollution advantage, meaning they breathe about 17% less air pollution than whites cause. The formula scientists use to study is driven by disparities in the amount of goods and services that group consumes, and it is exposed to the resulting pollution. On average, whites tend to consume more than minorities. It's because of wealth, Hill said.
Well, no, it's also because, check it out, right? You are 13% of the population. So as 80% of the population, also see, while you're sitting in jail, most of the time, right? You're not creating as much pollution. You see, whereas we drive around and use premium gas and throw our styrofoam cups out. That's freedom.
Toss it.
Yeah, eating the fucking Chick-fil-A, old school styrofoam cups, because we don't give a fuck. Because Jesus is coming back, dog. So we don't care. We'll throw styrofoam. I will shove styrofoam down a dolphin's throat. I don't give a fuck.
For example, the scientists found that whites spend more money on pollution-intensive goods.
Could you imagine if you just did this article about blacks?
Want me to try?
I know it's a hack bit, but it's just...
For example, the scientists found that blacks spend more money on pollution-intensive goods and services than do whites and other whites.
I wonder how much carbon footprint all those Chinese sneaker factories have.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, fucking America has a Jordan footprint problem.
Yeah.
Someone had to make the pen you bought at a store. Who's buying pens? Co-author Julian Marshall, an engineering professor at the University of Washington. We wanted to look where the pollution associated with making the pen is located. It is close to where people live and who lives there. For the study, the category non-Hispanic whites also include Asian Americans and Native Americans. This is based on the source that the researchers use government data on personal expenditures from the U.S. Bureau of Labor. Other experts agree with the research. These findings confirm that most grassroots environmental justice leaders have known for decades whites are dumping their pollution on poor people and people of color. So what we're doing is we're going to inner city neighborhoods and rolling barrels of used uranium, just rolling it down.
Yeah, I'm so sorry we're polluting in your neighborhood of free public housing.
You're good point.
So sorry that we dump our garbage in and around where all the people freeload. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you live in public housing, you get free money, free food, and a free house.
And a free
phone. The downside to that is that you have to live near sex offenders and piles of garbage. That's life. And the incentive is that if you work hard, you apply yourself. And if Lori Loughlin doesn't fuck your kid out of a college scholarship, then you can actually advance in life and not live next to child rapists and piles of garbage. That's the goal in life. It's the wow, someday I won't be smelling garbage and watching a child be raped out on the street. That'd be awesome.
Researchers say the pollution inequity formula could be used in other types of environmental burdens. The approach we established in the study could be extended to other pollutants, locations, and groupings of people, Marshall said. When it comes to determining who causes air pollution and who breathes the air pollution, this research is just the beginning. The study was published on Monday in a peer-reviewed journal, Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. So it's not enough that we house them. It's not enough to clothes. It's not enough that we give them clothes and that we give them food. It's not enough. On top of that, we need to move them into Beverly Hills. They all need to live in Beverly Hills in a nice neighborhood. And nobody should make products. What is it? This is this thing what the left does. Did you notice what wasn't in this article? Any solutions. No solutions.
No, I like your solution. Let's take all of the worst
and bring them
low-income
I like
minority
that.
people and dump them in Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman's neighborhoods.
Have a nice day. Exactly. Have a nice day. They're
I'm
your
okay
prop
with
now.
that. But here's the thing: as a white guy, all of these plans still won't affect me none.
Yeah.
You're just pitting rich people against poor people. I'm neither.
Right.
I'm hiding right there in the middle, lower middle class. I don't care about the upcoming race and income inequality war. You guys have at